Alright gang, welcome back to our playthrough on Beyleron. You join me as I'm in the process of coming over to our soybean field, but I've noticed that the trees are in the way for us to get the harvester through with the header. So we're going to chop down a few of these trees. Probably just leave them on the ground for now. We will do something with them eventually, along with the rest of the trees that we've chopped down and have not done anything with yet. Near our house. Now, we likely will probably just sell them. We really don't have enough trees to put any kind of wood production down. It really wouldn't benefit us, and what I mean by that is we probably wouldn't make the amount of money we spent on it. I think we might be able to sneak in that way. I hope we can. We wouldn't be able to make the money back that we spent on it, on the actual production, with the amount of trees we have. Yeah, we could sneak in here. It's not going to be ideal, but it'll work. So this is a lot hillier over here than I thought it was when we looked at it. You can see it's very, very hilly. We are bouncing all over the place, so we're going to have to sort something out with that. But that's okay. We can get that done too. Now, the field we drilled in the last episode, we did not roll it. We did not put lime down on it, so that's not going to be as good of a yield as we would like. We need to spray it today, and we need to fertilize it a second time. We don't have a sprayer at current, so we're either going to have to rent something or potentially sell the crop. Now, the crop may be a decent price to sell at the train today. I think if we saw correctly, it was December or maybe even January that was the best time, but it was going up and it wasn't that bad in the last month. So I would suspect that it's actually pretty decent today too, but we'll have to take a peek at it when we get to that point. But this is the soybean field, our second field. It is ready to harvest. Now, soybeans, I know for a fact, are not going to be best until the middle of summer, so these are going to be pretty much at the worst they possibly could be right now. So our choice here is to hold it into the actual train silo, which is probably what we'll end up doing, or buying our own silo, or maybe a production that we can utilize for the soybeans. That's our choices here. We don't have a whole lot of money. That's the problem. We are very, very low on money. So that just kind of reaffirms my point of we likely will be selling at least one of those crops today. So while we're doing that, let's take a peek out here. Let's see. So we've got 10,000 wheat and 26,146 oat. So the train is 3446 and 2293. 2293 is actually better than what the average is, and that is typically best in January. And 3446, again, better than what the average is, also in January. So I think based off of that, the decision's pretty easy here. We're going to be selling it. We probably should go sell it right now, though, since this one's dropping, but this one is increasing, so, and we have a lot more of the oat, so I'm okay with losing a few bucks on the wheat, if it means being able to, well, if it means being able to make a few more dollars on the crop that we have more of, right? So we got 21% in here currently. We're not around the headland yet, so I suspect by the time we get around the headland, we'll be about 50%, maybe a little bit less. Now, I don't know how good the yield was from this field. I really have no clue. We didn't touch it at all. So it could be good, could be bad. We'll find out soon enough. Well, how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. Today was well, the time of the recording, it was a rough day at work. I'm recording this about 9 o'clock at night, something like that. It was a rough day today at work. For those of you who don't know, I'm a project manager for a very small software company. So I'm always on call. So some days I work really, really late, and other days, you know, well, I never really work less than what I'm supposed to, but some days I work normal hours, I guess is what I should say. Stressful job. Very stressful job. But anyway, I'm digressing from the point here. We've got a big field here to get taken care of. We will do this. I think we have a little bit of wheat left in our trailer. And if that's the case, what we're going to have to do when we get closer to having a full harvester here, we're going to have to dump whatever we can into the chickens and hope that's enough for the chickens until we're able to, you know, harvest some more wheat or barley, something they can eat. And then the rest of it we'll have to run down really quickly to the train yard and come back here. So realistically, we're probably going to get halfway through this field-ish before we have to throw a worker on and take care of the rest of that. But it should be good, though. I mean, we should be making some good money here today. I'm hoping it's enough for us to be able to buy a sprayer. I don't want to buy the same sprayer we had before. I want a decent-sized sprayer. The last one we had was relatively, well, it was very small, actually, not even relatively. I want something a little bit larger. Don't mind if it's something on the back of the tractor or if it's something we pull. Something we attach to the back of the tractor if we pull it. I don't mind either way. Just something a little bit bigger. It's more ideal, I think, for us. Now, as far as what we're going to plant in here, I don't know. We probably won't plant it today. We do also have to plant our small little field we bought over by the train yard. It's a very, very small field. We can do that today easily. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see as far as this one goes. It probably would be best, honestly, for us to put soybeans in again. I know that's kind of boring and repetitive, but if the soybeans are going to be ready at best in the middle of the summer, it's November right now. I mean, we're setting ourselves up for the middle of the summer at this point, especially with soybeans because they take longer to grow. So I'm going to get over here. We'll throw this on a worker, and then I will jump over to our trailer, and we'll go take care of all of that and come back here, and hopefully by the time we get all of that done, the worker will be full or very nearly full. And he is going to go a complete different way than I want him to, but that's fine, whatever. We can touch it up later. I'm not that concerned with it. Now, there is always the option, I guess, that we could keep some of the wheat in the train silo and, I guess, unload it. I guess that's an option for us. But I feel like since we don't have that many chickens right now to begin with, that we'll be okay if we just dump the rest of this in there that they'll accept and move on. If worse comes to worse, we can always buy a bag of it, right? Must have missed the trigger there. Touchy trigger. Alright, let's go put the rest of this in there. And then what we'll likely do is we'll bring this back to the harvester so we can unload the harvester into this. And then from there, we'll keep the worker going, and we'll rent the train and go sell all the product. Seems like a smart play for us. Go ahead and turn the beacons on now that we're actually on the road. Alright, pulling up here. I see the harvester there in the background. Harvesting away. I don't know if we're going to be able to get turned around at a point to get him to stop. I don't think we will, but we're going to try it. But I just don't think it's going to happen. This is going to be one where we can't do it anyway. I forgot we haven't fixed the header yet. I'll just stop the worker really quick and we can unload it ourselves. We are going to upgrade that that pipe. Probably should have did it this episode, but I think it was pretty expensive. I think it was like $8 grand. And that would take up a lot of the money that we have. Give me a second here, gang. I got to move the microphone for a minute. There we go. So, $8 grand, not really probably the smartest investment right now. I think the better choice is just to do what I did here. Just kind of back it up into it. Does mean we can't unload on the fly, but, you know, it could be worse, right? Could be worse. So let me, that is a full load there. Let me, you know what? No. I was going to say, let me touch that up over there before I put it back on a worker, but that's a full load in that trailer, so let's just get the worker going and we can take that back to the train yard real quick. So we're going to have to make a few trips here, and then we'll be able to go call the train and get it all sorted out. Let's get this done. Alright, gang, the field's done. We're just unloading all the soybeans here in the silo to hold for safekeeping. And we're going to call the train here. So I don't know, if I'm honest with you, I don't know where the train call is for this one down here. I would assume it's over here somewhere. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll quick save here and we'll throw it on there. We'll see where it's at. Well, when I say we'll throw it on there, we'll throw the interactive zone markers on. Right, of course, on the other side of where I'm at. Of course. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? What? Oh, literally just right here in the middle. Okay, that's weird. Well, we'll see which way the train comes from here, gang. I don't know which way it's going to be coming. Left or right? Who knows? This is a very pretty map, though. I know a lot of people said this is their favorite map. Not exactly mine, but I do like it, though. Alright, train, where are you? This train's taking forever, gang. Is this the same way in the north side? Because when I was playing it the first time, I was playing up here on the north side. Maybe it is. I just don't... I felt like there was a... Like it was on Elm Creek. I feel like there was like a little box to rent it from. I didn't think it was out just in the middle of nowhere. That's weird. It's finally coming. It's coming this way. You know what? I'm going to leave that on for now. Here it comes. Come on, train. You're slowing me down. Wasting time. Time is money. Get the oat filled in there. And I think the one we need is actually in the back, which is why it was not allowing me to load the red one. I think we need that white one in the back. Or gray one, whatever color that is. Yep, that's what we needed. We don't want soybeans. We want our wheat. Where's the wheat at? Where's the wheat? Alright, well, we're going to go backwards. I think it'll work. Yeah, it should work. Because backwards is much closer, so we're going to go backwards. Instead of driving through the entire map. That would take an eternity. Look at me in there driving that train. How cool is that? Well, this bridge is nice. Look at that area over there. That's really nice. It's got like a little house that comes with it. Oh, come on, get your camera right there, Z. That's cool. It's got a house that comes with that whole section. It's an awkward shaped field. Should be getting thrown out here in a minute. As long as I did this right. Turn this side of the map. Yep. $116,309. That is what we want to see. Yeah, baby. It only cost us $77 to do that. Hell yeah, son. Love that. So I think, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I think I'm going to have to go through this hilly area again. We're going to have to take some money and flatten this sucker out a little bit. This is not good for equipment, especially ones with the harvester like a header. Not good for them. Cause all kinds of mayhem. Now I could use the header trailer, right? But I don't think we're going to need to. I think I'm going to sell that. But we'll keep it for right now, just in case, but I think we're going to sell it. Alright, so we need to go get a herbicide spreader, and then we need to spread the second application of fertilizer on there, on our first field there. So that's step one. Step two is to drill and fertilize, spread the field, our small field back there. So let's see what's in the shop. Is there anything used? Ooh, there's a cotton harvester for $356, because that's well within our range. Let's see. I'm going the wrong thing. We need sprayers. Perfect. And I don't want to spend all of our money. I want it to be bigger than what we used last time, which we used last time was this right here. So it needs to be bigger than that. 12 meter width. Ideally, the width is bigger too. It'll probably be one we attach to the back of the tractor, honestly. They're going to be cheaper. They're going to be much cheaper. I think I'm going to go with the Kubota here. 26,500. I'm okay with that. Let's go with that. How much is it to expand the width? 14,000. Oof. 18 meter width. 24. 28. That's a lot of money just to bump up, though, isn't it? Man. How big is our header? 12 meters. The header of the harvester goes pretty quickly, so I think, given that understanding, I think we're okay with at least starting off with the 18 meter width, and we'll just see how things go. I do want the extra large capacity on there. I want to be able to hold more. I don't want to have to make a bunch of trips back and forth. So let's go ahead and buy this, because it'll keep us still at $100,000. But once we buy the pallet of herbicide, it will no longer be that. I am going to purchase the one where it's liftable, because if we need to, we have the ability to be able to move it then without having to have forks and stuff like that. Because as I've mentioned already, this is a much more lenient series where we're allowed to do a lot more than we can't than we are in other series. Unrealistic stuff is fine for the most part, as long as it's not super unrealistic. So I'm going to buy 3 of them. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm going to buy 3 of them. It's a lot of money. A couple other things we need to get. We need a roller. We got to buy some bags of lime, honestly, as well, if at all possible, for our spreader, because I think we're going to need lime. But we may have to wait on the lime for the first 2 fields. The other field, we just harvest the soybean field. We can probably do lime then, I would think, at that point. Well, we could do it now, but I'm just going to try to break it up a little bit, I think. So let's go with the sprayer for now. We'll look at the rollers later, but rollers are super expensive. And you guys know how I feel about rolling. I cannot stand, I despise rolling. It's the bane of my existence. These are the only 2 that are even reasonable for me to even consider, and they're expensive. So we'll look at it in a minute. Let me get this back to the yard, and then we'll get the tractor to the shop, fill up all the herbicide in there, get it back here, and we'll start spraying our big field. Alright, we're pulling up here. Evidently, the pallets didn't like being spawned next to each other because they moved. I don't know, it's weird. I've never seen that happen before. They weren't perfectly straight. I promise you I wasn't here and doing any kind of tomfoolery or anything. I wasn't tricking you. They just... That's how they spawned. One at an angle like that for some reason. I guess it didn't think the sprayer was as big as it was, so it spawned it there? I don't know. Now, I think this sprayer could have fit 4 pallets of herbicide, but we're going to keep it at 3 for right now. It should be plenty for a while. We do have a bag of seed here that we need to take back. I don't know. I'm going to try something a little... I don't know if it would stay back here or not, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna see if we can carry that back. Like a glove back in there. Just kind of smacked it between the tractor and the sprayer. We'll see if we can get it back here without losing it. Alright, we've pretty much made it back here. It is kind of falling a little bit, but I think we're going to be able to make it. I think we're going to make it. So let me go ahead and unload. Well, I say unload. Let me take the bag out of the back of its little cuppy here. See if I can get it to pick up. Uh-oh, now we might have it stuck in there. Okay, well, we got it stuck. So I have to do that. We'll put it right there for now. So I got to thinking on the way to pick up this up and on the way back here. I think we might... We'll have to see how things go. We'll have to see what the time is. But we may actually even wait to drill the small field until the next episode. we're not going to have a whole lot to do in the next episode. We can do contracts on this series, so there is that potential for us to do that. Make a little extra funds. But other than that, we're not going to have a whole lot to do besides, you know, drilling that small field and the big field over here. This field will be pretty much ready to go. It's just going to be waiting for it to be ready to harvest, which is going to be a bit, so it might be beneficial for us to wait, is what I'm trying to get at here. I don't know yet. I'll have to think about it, I guess, a little bit more, but this is going to take a little bit longer than I anticipated because of the width here, and it is going slower, for sure, than our harvesting was. But it really shouldn't take us that long to do this. The problem, I think, with this field is going to be fertilizing it. I'm not going to have any idea what I've hit as far as fertilizing go and what I haven't. We've had that issue before. It's hard to see. Ideally, I'd have a second tractor here, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do that or not. $94,000 is a lot of money. I just don't know. I mean, I could buy one, but it would be a little bit smaller than the tractor we currently have, for sure. I think the cheapest one in this same kind of range, you're looking at 130-ish thousand, which we had at one point, but we just used it on this sprayer. So I think what I might do here in a minute is kind of get up here to the end, throw it on a worker. I think the worker's going to go a crazy way again, but throw it on a worker nonetheless, and I can do a little research off camera here and see if I can figure out if the best approach is to buy another tractor, maybe even buy another field, or get a roller, right? That's kind of our decision here. Roller probably makes the most sense, I think, because that's going to increase the yield of our current fields that we own. But if there's a field out there that's going to be ready to harvest or is ready to harvest and it's a good yield, I mean, that's just free money right now. The money we spend to buy that land, will get a lot of it back right immediately. So I guess that kind of makes sense to me too. I don't know. Let's throw this on a worker. Let's see what the worker does here. They're going to do something crazy, but that's okay. They can do something crazy. I don't really mind. And I'll do some research. I'll be back with you in a minute. Alright, gang. While the worker is on his way doing this, I went ahead and purchased 2 items. Specifically, I bought the roller we were talking about. So we've got this Dalbo Power Roll 1230 HD, which we have used many, many times. I likely will always use the same rollers as much as possible. Excuse me. Just because I can't stand rolling. So when I have to do any rolling at all, I want to have the best one I can get. And I also bought this plow, which Rusty told me about a while ago. Well, he didn't tell me about it. He showed us during his 200 horsepower challenge. I actually have one in the 200 horsepower challenge. I don't use it that often in that series. Since I bought it, I thought I was going to use it more than I did, but our farm got big enough where we really haven't utilized it that much. So I'm going to utilize it here again. It's a very nice plow, and it allows you to create new fields, which is good. And the reason why we're doing that is simple. We're going to eventually, with that plow, we're going to make a smaller field here. I mentioned that kind of at the beginning. We're going to turn this little section here into a smaller field. It's going to be a very, very small field. We could also potentially do a field here as well. Be very small. And they're not probably going to be your cereal crop. It might be some kind of root crop, potentially. They seem like a better fit for that over here. They're a little bit smaller to do so. We may not use both of them for that, actually, as a matter of fact, but we'll at least use one of them for that. Probably some more placeables, some greenhouses, things of that nature. We'll go down in some of this area, because the lake is realistically a big section of what we own, right? So there's not a whole lot we can do with the lake, unfortunately, but that's kind of my idea. That's kind of where I'm at it. We can also expand some of our fields a little bit. I don't want to expand them too much because the workers have issues, but the workers have issues anyway, so what's the difference? But maybe expand them ever so slightly just to make it, a little bit more crop for us. So I think what we're going to do today when that spraying's done is we have to do that. We've got to do the fertilizer spreader up there. We only have one tractor. The problem is I can buy another tractor with the rest of the money we have, but there's not much out there. Sorry, gang, I had to sneeze. I went off camera there real quick. Didn't want to blow your eardrums out. So, I mean, even at $45,000, we're really not going to be able to get a whole lot here. And the things we can get really can't even utilize what we have. So that's, you know, another problem we're dealing with. We can get the Dolts far, but we just recently got this. Well, I guess I shouldn't say anything. Will it be out by the time this comes out? It won't be. I won't say anything. Well, you kind of know now, I guess. If you watch this one, you kind of got a little bit of a spoiler there. But in any case, we could potentially get that one if we wanted to in this instance, and it would be able to utilize a lot of this. But this is 180 horsepower, which our tractor currently doesn't even have 180 horsepower, so it may have issues with it. But I think it'll be okay. It's mostly flat land. Cedar, again, it probably could do it, but it would have a hard time pulling all of this stuff, right? But we could at least put it on the sprayer and the fertilizer spreader, which takes a long time anyway. So that would really help us out having one of those. So that might be the route we go, but that's really the only thing we can do. Those are really the only options we have here. So 143 horsepower is pretty good for that price. It really is. I just don't think there's going to be anything else that we can utilize that will get us where we want to be. I mean, 33,000 there for 150. Again, close, but we're still not where we want to be at, right? We want about 160 horsepower, and that's just not going to happen in the small tractor section unless we're spending $100,000, which we have nowhere near that amount right now. So, I think given all of that understanding, the only thing we can do is we could potentially rent a tractor. So that's where I'm kind of getting to with this. I was just double checking everything once more in here to make sure I'm not missing anything. And one of you's not yelling at me in the comments, which maybe you are, but I think you get what I mean. So I think based off of that, we're just going to rent, or lease, excuse me, a tractor that can, excuse me, do everything we're wanting to do. So I guess the question becomes, which one do we get? This worker should be damn near done. Yeah, he's one more little pass and he's done. What do we get? What do we get? I don't want to spend a ton of money, right? I want it to be within reason. This is the one we have currently, 164 horsepower. I don't want to spend, you know, an astronomical amount of money, if at all possible. This one actually has potential to buy. We don't have any money, but it has the potential for us to buy this. 180 horsepower for 56,000. That's not bad at all. That's got potential. That's got big potential. So maybe we get something else, since that has so much potential. 170 horsepower for this old Massey Ferguson. I have utilized this previously at one point. Leasing it, $7,165. That's a lot of money. So, I think what we're going to do, giving that understanding here, gang, is we're going to save doing the drilling and, well, the drilling, the plowing and, well, if we plow it, I guess if we plow it, the planting, the seeding, whatever, of that small field and the big field to the next episode, because we're not going to be able to buy another field as well. I don't think I mentioned that, but I did look out there, and there's nothing out there within reason at all for us to buy. Everything we couldn't afford, even with the full amount. So that won't work. So let's get into our fertilizer spreader here. Let's get the second application of fertilizer spread on this field. And then we can probably call the episode there. I may... Well, no, I guess I can do that off camera. I was going to say maybe I'll go back and pick up all the stuff we bought, but We can do that off camera. I can show that to you at the start of the next episode, right? Yeah, I think we do that. So let's get the fertilizing done here. Hopefully, it won't take us too long, but you never know. How am I doing? Yeah, we're doing okay. Missed a little bit there at the beginning, but we're doing okay. This is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough for me to do. I'm probably going to have to go in and out of the menu a lot, so I probably will not do a time lapse here. No, maybe I will. I don't know. I'll tell you what. Let's throw a little mini time lapse in here. I'm just going to do the best I can at guessing, and then I will touch everything else up with a jump cut edit there at the end to make sure we got it all. Watch out, neighbor. Coming through. Alright, we're nearly done here. We'll see how I did. I think I did okay. I was pretty close to most of my lines there that I made that you could see in the distance there. So I think I did okay, but who knows? I probably missed a massive amount with my luck. Alright, sorry neighbor. Let me, excuse me, let me take a look and see what we did here. Actually, doesn't look that bad. I did really, really good. Little tiny strip there we could touch up on and then hit this edge here on the way back. I think we did pretty good. Looks like it's right here in the middle-ish. This should hit it. Yep, perfect. I'm not going to worry about that small amount right here in the middle. Not going to worry about that. Don't think it's that big of a deal. Touch this edge here and we're good. Awesome. Alright. So we're going to leave that episode there, gang. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're new. It's free. It helps me out a ton. Give me any thoughts, questions, comments, or ideas. Let me know down below. I'm happy to get back to you on those. Yeah, this is going well. We're doing well. We're not... I guess we're not making as much progress as I was hoping early on here, but I think we're still doing pretty good. We already bought another field, even though it was a small field. We did buy another field. And these fields are going to make us a lot of money. So, yeah, I think we're doing fine. I think we're doing fine. Just wanted to be a little faster than we were doing, but still. We're doing everything we set out to do. We're getting bigger equipment. We really have not leased that much at all. And we're making progress. So, again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every single one of you. At the time of this recording, we literally just went over 850 subscribers. It's amazing, gang. I really, really appreciate it. And, yeah, until next time, I'll see each and every single one of you in the next episode.